All right, so the first question for this lesson is about Tolly. And how do we figure this out? Well, Tollies is this really simple thing which you've probably seen in the movies when there's this prisoner who is writing and trying to count all his days in the prison, and he goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Together, this makes it 10, right? So let's figure this out. So in A we have, it's pretty easy to see, it's 4, right? In B you can see we have 5 here, then another 5, and here we have 2. Together that makes 12. And in C we have 5, and then another 5, which makes it 15. That's totally tables for you. Next we have a grouped frequency table. So we have to construct a grouped frequency table for people at a party. Something happened to my iPad. Just give it a second, please. Should be back to work soon. Okay, so grouped frequency table. And how do we do this? We have to group them all together. So let's make a table first. Of course, we have to have a table. And we have to figure out what kind of groups are we going to have. So this is the ages of people at a party, and the youngest we can see in this group, youngest person is 11 years old, and the oldest one I think is 64 years old for the oldest person. So we can group them by tens, and the first group is going to be 11 to 20 years old. This is their age. Next group should be 21 to 30. Then we can make it 31 to 40, 41 to 50, and then 51 to 60. Finally, 61 to 70 years old. And of course, now we have to count them all. Let me try to make it nice. Well, I'm trying. So this is age, and here we will have frequency. How many occurrences of people in that age. Okay, so 11 to 20. So first one is here 11. Then we have 15. That's 2. So 1, 2. It's useful to cross them so you don't confuse yourself in the end if you're missing some number. Oh, by the way, also you have to calculate the total. How many people do you have in total? So this is 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then here we have 4. So the total is 7 times 4. Total, we have 28 people in this group. So again, 11, 15, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we get 6 of them in this group. So 6 people from 11 to 20 years old. Then 21 to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, also 6. Oh, you see, this is why I tell you to do this, because you see I just missed 15 in here. So actually it's not 6. Actually there is 7 of them in the first group. There are 7 people. 7. Okay, so again we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7. 7 people, 11 to 20 years old. Let's cross this, and then from 21 to 30. I don't know, we can just do it again. So we go, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there is 6 between 21 and 30. 31 to 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we get 9. So 9 people in this age category. 41 to 50. We go 1, and then there is 2. So from 41 to 50 we have 2. 51 to 60, again 1, 2 as well, 2 as well. And 61 to 64, 61 to 70, sorry. There is 1, 2, there's 2 of them as well. So you see we crossed all the numbers. This way we can be sure that everything is right about this grouped frequency table. If you still want to check, you can check it like this. You do 7 plus 6 plus 9 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. This should be equal to 28. So let's check this out. So this is 6, right? 7 plus 6 plus 9. So 6 plus 9 is 15. Then plus 7, 22. Right, so the answer is 28. We can be sure that this is correct. Okay, next one. Next one, we have mean, median, and mode of the test scores. Oh, sorry, I think I will do it again. No, that still doesn't fit. Yeah. Now everything is going to fit in here. Okay, find the mean, median, and mode of these test scores. So first we have A we have 6, 6, 10, 8, 4. So what mean? So what mean is your average, like a classic kind of average, right? Median is in the middle. Oh, you can't see that. Median. So median in the middle. And finally, the mode means most often, so something which is most frequent in the selection. Okay, now that we know this, we can do A. So in A, mean is equal to, so to find mean, we have to add all the numbers together and divide them by the total amount of numbers. So it's 6 plus 6 plus 10 plus 8 plus 4. And in total, we have 5 numbers, so we have to divide this by 5. And the answer we are going to get is, I can use calculator for this. So I do 6 plus 6 plus 10 plus 8 plus 4 divided by 5. It's equal to 6.8 in this case. 6.8 is our mean. Median is in the middle, but it has to be, we have to sort them first from the lowest, from the least number to the greatest. So we have to sort them. So we go 4, 6, 6, 8, 10, and now we can see that in the middle we have 6. So this is our median. And the next one we have mode. Mode is the most often, so the mode is equal to 6 because we have 2 6s in this case. Okay, let's do B. In B we have 17, 14. Let's find the mean first. So mean is equal to 17 plus 14 plus 13 plus 12 plus 13 plus 18, and then divided by how many numbers do we have in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 numbers in total, so we divide this by 6, and the result is going to be on our calculator. So we do 17 plus 14 plus 13 plus 12 plus 13 plus 18 divided by 6 equals to 14.5. This is our mean. Median. Okay, we have to sort them. I think the rest of the questions I will have to take them to the next page. So I'm going to crop this. First I'm going to copy this image, and then I'm going to crop it. Yeah. So median, we have to sort them from the least number to the greatest one. So we go 12, 13, 13, 14, 17, 18, 6 numbers in total. But you can see in the middle we actually have 2 numbers. It's 13 and 14. So how do we find this? So in this case median equals to 13 plus 14 divided by 2, which is equal to 13.5. And the last one, mod for B. Mod, I'm going to separate B from A like this. So mod for B is equal to 13, because we have 2 13s in here. Okay, so again I'm gonna add this picture, but this time I need only the bottom part. Okay, we have to find mean and mode for this data. So first we do C. We have to find mean, so data value and then frequency. So in this case, if we have this kind of stuff, so the way to find mean is in this case is we have to, I think I'm gonna write it slower. I'm gonna write it here. Yeah. So mean in this case is equal to, we have to multiply this value by this value and then add them together. So a total, and we also have to find the total frequency. So total frequency is going to be 3 plus 2 plus 5, which is 10, which is 10 for total frequency, and we can add another column in here. We can add another column. Oops. I'm gonna move it here. And in this column, we can do frequency times value. So we do 3 times 4, it gives us 12. Then we do 5 times 2, it gives us 10. 6 times 5 gives us 30. So now to find mean, we have to actually add these values. So we have to add 12 plus 10 and then plus 30, right? So we can, this is we do 4 times 3. Here we do 5 times 2, and here we do 6 times 5. And this data, all this data we get it from here, right? And then we divide it by a total of our frequency, which is actually 10. And here the result is going to be 12 plus 10 is 22 plus 30 is 52. So 52 divided by 10 is equal to 5.2. and we can find mode for this data is a data value with the most frequency. If you have a table, because actually, like, what this table means is you have three fours, like this, 4 4 4, then you have 5 2s, sorry, you have 2 5s, you have 5 5, and then you have 5 6, you have 6 6 6 6 6 6. This is what this table means, but we don't want to write all this, right? So we try to make it smaller and shorter and more easy to understand. So we kind of transform it to this table. And here this means we have 3 4s, 2 5s, and 5 6, like this. And so the mode is valued with greatest frequency, and so we can see that most of all is we have 6. We have a lot of 6 here. So mode is equal to, for C, mode is equal to 6. As for a D, in D we have to find a model class. So model class is again a class with the highest frequency. So in this case, model class is equal to, class 20 to 29 because it has the highest frequency of 7. Okay, this is mean, median, and mode for you. And one more question in here. The question 5 is for your research, actually. It's about data collection, and this is for a project. If you want to, again, you can make a screenshot and you can try to make this project by yourself. You can do a little bit of research, which is all the data is about. It's about making research and finding information you need. Meanwhile, I will do a question 4. So question 4 is about a range. And range is another important property of the data selections. So what range is about is, to be short, range is equal to maximum value minus minimum value. So we just have to find the maximum and minimum value and then subtract them. So in A, the maximum value I see is 82 and the minimum one is 65. So the range is going to be 82 minus 65, which is equal to 17. In B, the range is going to be maximum value is probably 27, right? And the least value is 20, the minimum value. So 27 minus 20 is equal to 7. This is our range. And in C, the range is 9 is the maximum value, and the minimum value is 2. So we do 9 minus 2. Again, we get 7 for our range. Alright, there is one more chapter for today, and this chapter is fractions. We will talk about fractions as well. And let's see what we can do. Find a fraction of amount by first dividing. Or another way to do this is, actually I will show you how to do this in another way. Oh, sorry, maybe one more time. I want to do this question about Gemma as well. Okay, so first one is we have to work out 1/3 of 30. So 1/3 of 30. So you can remember as a rule of thumb that when we talk about fractions, of means multiply. So what we have to do is we have to do 1/3 times 30, like this, which is equal to, so to multiply two fractions, you have to actually have two fractions. You can't just have a fraction and the whole number. So how to turn 30 into a fraction? Very easily, you just write 1 as your denominator. So it's equal to 1/3 times 30 over 1, like this, which is equal to 30 over 3, which is the same as 30 divided by 3, which is equal to 10. 30 divided by 3 is equal to 10. Next one we have 3/4 of 28, which we can write as 3/4 times 28 over 1, which is equal to, here what we can do actually is we can divide 28 by 4 first in this case, or you can go a hardcore way, but okay, let's do it the smart way. Let's do it the smart way. So 28 and 4, because they are on different ends, they can be simplified like this, and here we will get 7, and instead of 4 we will get 1. So again, what we do is we divide them both by 4. We can do this if one part of our simplification is on the top and another one is on the bottom. Then we can cross them like this, and we can divide them by a common factor, which is 4 in this case. And so what we get is we get 3 over 1, because now it's 1 instead of 4, times 7 over 1, right? Which is equal to 21 over 1, which is equal to just 21. Okay, and next one, Gemma drank 2/3 of a bottle of lemonade. The bottle held 360 milliliters. How much did she drink? Alright, so again, I can make a small kind of picture for you. Let's say this is our bottle of lemonade, a strange looking one. Anyway, I can draw a lemon in here. Now it's not so strange. Okay, the lemon is strange though. Anyway, she drank 2/3, so there's only a bit of lemonade left, and the whole bottle is 360 milliliters. Right? We should probably write it on the bottle. 360 milliliters, and she drank 2/3 of this bottle. So what we have to find is we have to find 2/3 of 360 milliliters, which is again equal to 2/3 times 360 over 1. And now look at this, we can actually simplify this and this. So 360 and 3 can be both divided by 3. 360 by 3 is equal to 120. And 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1. So we get, what we get is we get 2 over 1 times 120 over 1, which is equal to 2 times 120 over 1, which is equal to 240 over 1, which is equal to just 240. This is fractions of numbers. That's how you find it. Next one is equal fractions. So here we have to figure out different equal fractions. How do we find them? What do we do with them? Let's find out. Do we have enough space on this page? Yes, I think we do. 3/4 is equal something over 12, right? So the way to figure this out is we think, how do we get 4 out of 12? How do we get 12 out of 4? And the way we get it is we do times 3. So we have to do the same thing to the top part. We also do times 3, and we know that 3 times 3 is equal to 9. So 3/4 are equal to 9 over 12, like this. In B we have 2/3. 2/3 equal to something over, I will just write it like this, something over 12. So 3 times 4, sorry, something over 24, my bad. 24. So 3 times what is equal to 24? Actually 3 times 8. 3 times 8 equals to 24, and 2 times 8 is equal to 16, like this. And in C we have to write these fractions in their simplest form. So we have 16 over 24 in number 1. 16 over 24, so 16 and 24, they both can be divided by. Here you have to think what numbers both 16 and 24 can be divided by. Well, they both can be divided by 4, and that will give us 4 over 6. But this is not the end, because 4 and 6 can both be divided by 2. And now we get 2/3. And finally, this is something which probably the simplest form. Actually, it is the simplest form, not probably. Okay, and then we have 25 over 45. So these two can be divided by 5. I think that's obvious. And that would give us 5 over 9. Is there anything else we can divide them by? Actually, no. So that's it. It's 5 over 9. Fractions. Write as mixed numbers. Let's do this as well. And then write as improper fractions. Write as mixed numbers, and first we have 11 over 3. So first we have 11 over 3. How do you write something as mixed number? Well, we can just divide 11 by 3, and that would give us 3 with remainder of 2. So that means that 11 over 3 is actually equal to 3 and 2 over 3. So this 3 comes from here. 2 is our remainder, and denominator we keep it the same. We don't change it. So 3 and 2 over 3. Next one we have 17 over 5. So again we do 17 divided by 5, which is equal to 3, and a remainder of 2. Again, similar thing, right? So let's write it. So 17 over 5 is equal to 3, and this time it's 2 over 5. So again, 3 is the whole part, 2 is the fraction part, and 5 is our denominator. Okay, next we have to write numbers as improper fractions. So basically we have to do the opposite action, and we have here we have 2 and 1 over 2, 2 and 1 over 2, which is equal to, so the way to do this is we have to do 2 times 2 plus 1 divided by 2. So we do 2, which comes from here, times 2, which is our denominator, plus 1, which is still the same, the fraction part, and then over 2. So denominator stays the same, and it's equal to 5 over 2. Another one we have is 4 and 2 over 5, which is equal to 4 times 5. So the whole part times denominator part plus fraction part plus 2, and divided by the same denominator, which does not change actually. And the answer is 22 over 5 in this case. What else do we have about fractions? Add these calculations. Okay, addition of fractions. Let's do this as well. Add these fractions. So we do in A, we do 1 over 6 plus 5 over 6. That's easy. So if they have the same denominator, we can just add them together without any hassle. So it's just 1 plus 5 over 6, which is equal to 6 over 6, which is the same as 1 actually. It's equal to 1. And then we have, this is a bit more different, so 2 over 5 plus 1 over 10. So here actually they have a different denominator, so we have to bring them to the same denominator, these fractions. And the way to do this is we can actually multiply 5 by 2 to make it 10. But then we would also have to, so we have to be fair to both parts of fraction, and we have to multiply both parts by 2. So what we get is we get 4 over 10 plus 1 over 10, which is equal to 4 plus 1 over 10, which is equal to 5 over 10, which can be simplified. So we can divide actually both parts by 5, and the final answer should be 1 over 2. Okay, and then finally we have a word problem. Sandra ate half a cake, so half a cake, like this. Tessa ate 1/3 of it, so Tessa ate 1/3 of a cake. What fraction was left? So what we have to do is we have to take the whole cake. We have to take the whole cake, which is like this, right? And we have to minus 1/2 from it, and then minus 1/3 from it as well. So whole cake is just one cake, minus 1/2 of this cake, and then minus 1/3 of this cake, because this is what Sandra ate, half a cake, and this is what Tessa ate. She ate 1/3 of a cake. So 1 minus 1/2 and minus 1/3. 1 can be written as 1 over 1. Let me, okay, maybe I should move this here, like this. I hope you guys can see. It's a little bit in the bottom. It's 1 over 1 minus 1 over 2 minus 1 over 3. So we have to find a common denominator for 2, 3, and 1. It's going to be 6. So we get 6 over 6 minus 3 over 6 minus 2 over 6, which is equal to 1 over 6, which is our answer to this question. What else do we have about fraction? Oh, this is a fraction multiplication. I think I already showed you this in this part. So that's it for this lesson.